My name is Josh Belsham. I'm the Compliance Officer here at Yachting Queensland, and today I'm here to talk to you on behalf of Yachting Queensland and Marine Queensland about these safety lanyards. Now, a lot of people, let's be honest, just don't bother wearing these, but they're a pretty important part of the boat. Now, last year alone there were 2 people that were run over by their own boat and unfortunately are now deceased. That could have been prevented. Now, these things are connected to the throttle, or the ignition of the engine, and it's recommended that you put it around your wrist or clip onto your jacket. The problem we find with that though is that when it's around your wrist, right, these things have a tendency to get caught up in the controls of the boat, and it's not an ideal position. So I personally recommend that you take it off the wrist, take it off the jacket, and get a little bit lower. So put it around your leg down here. That way your hands are free, you can move around the boat quite easily, you can control the boat with no issues, both wheel and throttle. And if I do fall out, that's going to quite simply pull out with me, it'll cut the engine, and I'm safe. Right, no chance of the boat running over me, I can get back to it safely, and I can go home in one piece. The safety compliance label is required on Queensland vessels. Now, first thing I want to mention here is this Australian builder's plate. So for all vessels that have been sold in Queensland after 2006, this is a requirement by law. Now, a lot of the vessels have this plate, unfortunately, on the transom or at the back of the boat where it's not visible. And if that's the case, you are required by law to have one of these capacity labels, generally somewhere on the console where it's visible to yourself from the operating position. Now, why does it need to be visible from the operating position? The main thing is, it's a big, bright, shiny reminder that these boats do have certain limits. Okay, so limits of, the engine, the size of the engine, the horsepower it can carry, but more importantly, the load the boat can carry. How many people, what sort of gear. Now, with these stickers here, in terms of the capacity, they allow 80 kilos per person and 10 kilos of gear. So it's around 90 kilos average for each one of the people they say here. Now, myself, on a good day, I'll be getting close to that. So you've got to keep that in mind, and how much gear you carry as well. But quite simply, if that sticker said that you could carry 6 people on board, right, there's nothing saying you couldn't carry 7 people, technically. Okay, but first you need to have 7 life jackets, one for everybody on board. But the problem is, if you went out there and then the boat sank because you'd overloaded the boat, you hadn't satisfied your safety obligation, and you would go to court and you'd be in a fair bit of trouble. So, first I want to say is that these don't alleviate your responsibilities as a skipper. This is just, as I said, this is just a reminder the boat does have certain capacities and certain limits. Now, like I mentioned, the sticker has to be, or the plate has to be, somewhere where you can see it from the operating position, but we have different stickers for different types of boats. So, firstly, this plate here is for vessels over 6 metres, this is for vessels under 6 metres. Similarly, with the stickers just here, this one is for, like your tinnies, dinghies, runabouts. This is for vessels under 6 metres. This is for vessels over 6 metres. This one here is for vessels with flybridge cruisers. And the reason I have one for flybridge cruisers is because there's been incidents in the past where a bit of a party going on, they've got too many people up the top of the boat and it's capsized. So we need to consider the centre of gravity as well with these flybridge cruisers. Now, along with that, for the jet skis, we also have this Ride Smart sticker. Okay, now this is one of the first forms of safety equipment that was required by law on a jet ski, or a PWC as we know them. And it's once again a big, bright, shiny reminder that we have certain limitations, there's certain distances you have to be aware of, just your basic rules and regulations for a jet ski operator. Right, now, as you've seen before as well, we've also got, it's a new law come in place, these life jacket stickers are required. Now, at the end of the day, the size or type of sticker hasn't been legislated, but it must either be a white background with red lettering or a red background with white lettering. So make sure you have that on the locker where the life jackets and the safety equipment is stowed. One thing to keep in mind with these stickers is that they are just recommendations for smooth waters and good conditions. So if you're going out into partially smooth waters, open waters, or if it's just a rough day, keep in mind you may have to adjust your attitude towards this, and maybe just take less people out in the boat. Instead of having your 4 friends and 6 kids, just take yourself and your wife, or maybe 1 or 2 kids. But you really do need to consider this in different conditions. It's only a recommendation for a beautiful, perfect day. So for more information, don't forget the stickers and the Safe Boating Workbook are all available through the Marine Queensland website. As we've spoken about before, please don't hesitate to look at any more of our boating safety videos to improve your knowledge and your skills out in the water there. And at any stage, jump online to the Yachting Queensland or Marine Queensland websites, have a look. There's plenty there for you to see.